Hi students, today we are going to discuss about expansion of solids. That is the first topic thermal properties of matter. In thermal properties of matter, second part is the expansion of solids. Now, what is meant by thermal expansion? Heating a body is accompanied means come together or moving along with each other. Heating a body is accompanied by increasing the size of a body. Accompanied means moving together. Okay, heating a body is accompanied by increasing the size of a body. We can call thermal expansion. Now, second one is a coefficient of expansion of a solid. Coefficient of expansion of a solid. To measure the expansion of a solid or any material independent of size and shape. To measure the expansion of a solid or material independent of size and shape, we need one physical quantity. Suppose when you are going to heat a triangular shaped body, or when you are going to heat a square shaped body, or when you are going to heat one rectangular shaped body, means these are the different types of objects or bodies. Independent of we have to take the size and shape. We need some physical quantity. Okay, we need some physical quantity. That physical quantity we can call it as a coefficient of expansion of a solid. Therefore, the coefficient of expansion of a solid can be defined as to measure the or to increase the size independent of the size and shape. We need some physical quantity. That physical quantity we can call it as a coefficient of expansion of a solid. Okay, this coefficient of expansion is mainly three types. Now, types of coefficient of expansion of solids. Expansion of solids. In that, first one is the coefficient of expansion. Coefficient of linear coefficient means coefficient of linear expansion or coefficient of linear expansion or lengthwise expansion. Coefficient of linear expansion is denoted by the letter alpha. Okay. Second one is coefficient of areal expansion. Third one is coefficient of volume expansion. Now first we are going to learn the first one, coefficient of linear expansion. Suppose let us consider a cubical shaped body here. Cubical shaped body. The length of the body is L, height is L, and breadth of the body is also L here. Okay. Now it is defined as the ratio of increase in length of a body. Increase in length of a body per unit rise of temperature. Per unit rise of temperature per unit original length. Per unit original length. Okay, the ratio of increase in length of a body per unit rise of temperature per unit original length, we can call it as a coefficient of linear expansion alpha. Therefore, if L1, L2 are the lengths of a rod, are the lengths of a body at a temperatures T1 degree centigrade and T2 degree centigrade respectively, then we are going to write here then we are going to write the formula here alpha equal to change in length of a body, change in length of a body by original length into rise in temperature, into rise in temperature. Therefore alpha equal to, what is the change in length here? L2 minus L1 we are going to consider. L2 minus L1, my original length is L1 into change in temperature T2 minus T1. From that alpha equal to L2 minus L1 by L1 into T2 minus T1, we are going to write delta L here, delta T. Okay, therefore L2 minus L1 equal, bring L1 delta T left hand side, therefore alpha into L1 into delta T. From that alpha equal to, okay, we are going to write for L2 here formula. We have to bring minus L1 right hand side, L alpha L1 into delta T plus L1. We have to common L1. Then we are going to write 1 plus alpha into delta T. Therefore, this is the formula for final length. L2 equal to L1 into 1 plus alpha into delta T. Okay, now what are the units for coefficient of linear expansion? Let us see. Okay, C's unit is here. C's unit is 1 by degree centigrade, or it can be written as degree centigrade inverse. Why? Because here L2 minus L means length we are measuring meters. Here original measured in meters, meter gets cancelled. We are getting only temperature. 1 by temperature. Temperature in C's unit is 1 by degree centigrade. It can be written as degree centigrade inverse. Now what is the SI unit here? SI unit is 1 by Kelvin, or it can be written as Kelvin inverse. Okay. Now let L2 minus L1 can be considered as delta L. L1 is considered as L, and T2 minus T1 is can be considered as a delta T. Now substitute all this in the given formula. Then we are going to write alpha equal to delta L by L into delta T. Alpha equal to delta L by L into delta T. From that delta L by L, we are going to write alpha into delta T. Okay, this is the formula for delta L. Now, when we are going to write for percentage change in length, percentage change in length, we are going to write multiply with 100 on both sides, delta L by L into 100% is equal to 8 side alpha delta T into 100% we are going to write. This is the percentage change in length. Okay. Therefore, change in length of a body by original length in rise in temperature we can call as alpha. Therefore, alpha equal L2 minus L1 by L1 into T2 minus T1. From that, alpha equal to L2 minus L1 by L1 into delta T. Bring L1 delta T left hand side we are getting L2 here. L2 equal to L1 into 1 plus alpha delta T. C's unit is 1 by degree centigrade or degree centigrade inverse. SI unit is 1 by Kelvin or Kelvin inverse. Then from that we are going to write the percentage change in length. Okay. Now we are going to second type of coefficient of expansion. Okay, that is coefficient of areal expansion. Second one is the coefficient of areal expansion. Coefficient of areal expansion, that is beta. It can be defined as the ratio of change in area. It is defined as the ratio of change in area of a solid per unit rise of temperature, per unit rise of temperature, per unit original area. We can call it as coefficient of areal expansion beta. Here then we are going to write the here let A1 and A2 are the areas of a body. Corresponding temperatures are here T1 degree centigrade and T2 degree centigrade. Then we are going to write formula for A. A equal to change in area of a solid. Change in area of a body or solid body. For original area into rise of temperature into rise of temperature. From that sorry here it is beta. Therefore beta is equal to we are going to write change in length as A2 minus A1 by A1 into T2 minus T1. Okay, from that we are directly I am going to write for A2 here. A2 minus A1 equal to beta into A1 into delta T. From that A2 equal to that common bring minus A1 right hand side, beta into A1 into delta T plus A1 we have to common, we are getting 1 plus beta into delta T. This is the formula for final area. And now what are the units? The same units are also applicable for here also. Change in area means meter square by meter square get cancelled. We are getting 1 by degree centigrade. Therefore, Celsius unit is same. That is 1 by degree centigrade or degree centigrade inverse. And SI unit is 1 by Kelvin or Kelvin inverse. Now, let A2 minus A1 is equal to I am going to write delta here. A2 minus 1 I am going to write delta A. A1 equal to A. A1 is equal to A. And T2 minus T1 I am going to write delta T. Now from the definition of beta, you have to substitute beta equal delta A by A into delta T. From that delta A by A is equal to beta into delta T. From that percentage change in area, we are going to write percentage change in area. Means delta A by A into 100% is equal to beta into delta T into 100%. Now this is called the second type of coefficient of expansion, that is coefficient of aerial expansion. Now we are going for third one. Third type of coefficient of expansion. Third one is coefficient of volume expansion. Third one is coefficient of volume expansion. It is denoted by the letter gamma. Gamma. It is defined as the ratio of change in volume here. We are going to consider here volume. Change in volume of a body per unit rise of temperature per unit original volume. Let V1 and V2 are the volumes of a body at a temperatures T1 degree centigrade and T2 degree centigrade respectively. From that gamma equal to change in volume of a body, change in volume of a body per original volume, into rise in temperature. Rise in temperature. Okay, substitute here. Gamma equal to change in volume V2 minus V1 by V1 into T2 minus T1. This can be written as gamma equal to V2 minus V1 by V1 into delta T. Now from that we are going to write formula for V2 here. V2 minus V1. Therefore V2 minus V1 equal to gamma into V1 delta T. Therefore V2 equal to gamma V1 delta T plus V1. Bring minus V1 to right hand side. Therefore V2 equal to V1 you have to common 1 plus gamma into delta T. Here also Celsius unit is also same here. Celsius unit is here 1 by degree centigrade because volume meter cube by meter cube get cancelled, 1 by degree centigrade or degree centigrade inverse. SI unit is 1 by Kelvin or Kelvin inverse. Now we are going to derive the percentage change in volume here. Let V2 minus V1 equal to delta V, V1 equal to V, and T2 minus T1 equal to delta T here. Now substitute these in given equation. Gamma equal to delta V by V into delta T. From that, delta V by V equal to gamma into delta T. Therefore, percentage change in volume. Percentage change in volume can be written as delta V by V into 100% is equal to gamma into delta T into 100%. Okay. This is for today class. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.